What's going on, everybody? It's Tony X Tony, and don't forget the eggs. Let's go. First of all, thanks for stopping by the channel. Second of all, Kendrick Lamar has been exposed for having a stream botter. And you know, the thing about this is, I'm not sure if I believe this all the way, but there's a kid that's claiming that Kendrick paid him to, you know, get his streams up during this whole Kendrick Lamar beef, or Kendrick Drake beef. Let's see what this is about. Shouts out Grand Wizard, chat nigga. You know, if you follow academics, you know that Grand is a person that like helps to keep the news pushing with him. All right, let's see.
After I worked for a certain artist that we'll get into, and pretty much telling me not to say stuff. Like certain people were texting me random numbers, just a bunch of things that I didn't want. And I usually don't say anything. Like people know, like I'm known. People know me. They like I keep my mouth quiet. I do my work, and then I'm done. I don't. But the most recent song I did do all the bots for, well, most of it and the marketing was not like us.
Now, a lot of people are going to say that's fucking cap. Like, you know what I mean? This is a song that people are playing outside. This is a song that's going around. I haven't.
And the only reason I'm coming out and like I wanted to say something is because I've never been put in this position, but recently, ever since like this whole thing started, I've actually been, you know, receiving texts and people have been telling me not to say stuff, and I've just been put in really weird positions.
Wait, what do you mean what thing? Like what thing started?
It was actually threatening text messages after I worked for a certain artist that we'll get into, and pretty much telling me not to say stuff. Like certain people were texting me random numbers.
All right, I think that repeated. Let's go. Ain't no way Kendrick used the same kid who bots Neon streams to bot his song.
For my age, the amount of money I have is like kind of sickening. I don't want to risk that and then me end up getting robbed or me end up getting shot by somebody else who isn't.
I'm not trying to post your bank account, brother. Just speak your truth.
All right, fuck it, bro. It's Anthony Soleil. I'm crashing out because like this is for my safety. This is how I feel. That's who paid me. Not saying I was in direct contact with him. That's just the name that was on the account that I got paid by, and that's how I feel. And I'm scared, obviously, bro. I'm not of age. I'm young. I'm underage. I can't do certain things. I'm scared of people, bro. I do online shit. I'm not a shooter. I'm not a hitter. I got reached out to by people. I did this, and this is what happened. This is my safety net now. I don't want to die, obviously, bro. I mean, I'm just how I feel, and this is what I had to say. And it's stupid as fuck because obviously I want to keep making money. I have like fucking. I've made mid 7 figures. Like, I'm touching crazy money, but then again, if somebody's gonna come threaten my life, why does money matter? For my age...
Your daddy got robbed by top. Alright, what was the last one?
And Wayne, like father, like son. Anthony set up the plays. Kojo be charging you double for none. They shook about what I'ma say.
Alright, so Drake did call this out in the Family Matters beef. All these records broken by Kendrick Lamar on Not Like Us were fake. Fastest rap song to surpass 100 million streams. Most single day streams for rap song. Most songs streams in a week by a rapper. And those are some crazy numbers. Like, let's not...
Calling me the white boy and the shit kinda got a ring to it. Cause all these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sing to it. Murder scene on your man tonight.
The Kendrick
You ever
Lamar...
work for Lotto?
Also confirmed that Drake
Nope.
is not...
No females, I don't know. I can't really say more than anything. Anytime you ask me, I'm going to say no.
Alright. Anyway, I've seen enough. Not enough to make like a... I don't know if this is true. That's just how I'm going to approach this. If it's true, does it affect Kendrick Lamar's stock to y'all? Like, does this change anything? Or is this just a blip on the radar and it's just whatever? Because to me, it's like one of them things... I don't care what nobody says. Every single artist pays for streams. If they're not paying for streams, then it's their record label. Somebody's paying for the bots. I don't know if it's a thing to necessarily be ashamed of anymore. I do think it's a way that people just make themselves look more lit. I just don't see nothing necessarily wrong with buying bots, but I do think that it's kind of like a cheap way of getting like more success. I don't know. This is interesting to me. If Kendrick did do this, does it make him... I think the impact on the culture is what matters more than the bots. I do think that this is kind of a cheap way of getting ahead, but hey, this is war. And as you see, they both was willing to say, do whatever it took to be on top. So I don't know if this really affects how I view the beef necessarily. If Kendrick had lost, then yeah, I think I would have felt more like, yo, bro, you lost and tried to cheat the system. Then I'd be like, yo, you gotta at least make it worth your while if you're gonna do it. But like, if you're just gonna... I don't know. And the funny thing is, it feels so hypocritical to say this, but the winner really does tell the history. And that's why it's called his story. His story, like, you hear it, like, you've seen it, I'm sure. Whereas, like, unfortunately, if you are the person that loses in a battle of any kind, people just don't really care to hear what you say. If you come in second place, people might care to hear, like, what it feels like to not be the winner, but everybody only cares about the winner. Like, shouts out to the Boston Celtics. They just got done winning the NBA championship last night over the Dallas Mavericks. And the Mavericks, yeah, do people want to hear what they got to say and, like, the journey that it took to get there and, you know, like, the struggles that it took to overcome all this? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still going to go watch Luka and Kyrie talk and stuff like that, but I'm really going to go lock in what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who won Finals MVP, got to say. And that's kind of how I feel about this whole thing with Kendrick. Like, yo, Kendrick legitimately has taken rap into his own hands and made it into his own playground at this point. And not to say that Drake can't come back and do some stuff that, like, helps to, you know, lift his stock back up, because at the end of the day, it's Drake, bro. Like, Drake's got so much movement and motion behind the scenes on stuff. Even with all these trash songs that he's been putting out lately, we still all went to go listen to it, even though we knew that, like, they was trash. I knew that Wagwan Delilah was not going to be a great song before going to listen to it. Everybody told me. But, like, the thing is, it's Drake, so I gotta go pay attention to it, you know? So, like, it's crazy. These dudes both pull a lot of momentum and a lot of weight with them. And they both bring a lot of eyes. Did I think it was a little bit weird that Kendrick's numbers was going that crazy? Slightly. But I don't know if this is true necessarily. The only reason I'm saying this is because, like, the beef was so much bigger than anything that I had ever seen in life that it does become kind of believable to me in a sense. He might have gotten these numbers naturally and it could have happened artificially. I just don't want to say either way. I just don't think it affects anything to me personally. Just like the same way that, like, you know, whenever Drake was bodying Meek Mill and Meek Mill hit Drake with some actual facts in his rebuttal to back and all that kind of stuff. Like, his response was pretty all right, but people had already decided that Drake was the winner. And unfortunately for Meek, it was just, the story was told. And sometimes people don't want to go revisit a story that's already completed, even if the rest of the story is cool. And that's why there's the original storylines, there's prequels, there's sequels, because oftentimes people only care about that one piece of time. This is exactly what I think this is. Kendrick, if he bought the bots, then hey, more power to him in this case, I suppose, because if anything, he still broke the records. I don't think nobody can really prove it. We don't know if this kid's telling the truth. If he does show, like, proof of it, does it change anything? Does Anthony Soleil doing this do anything? It might not even been a Kendrick thing. If Kendrick bought the bots, then that'd be a whole different thing. It was his camp. I don't know. I just don't want to say, like, I don't want to sound hypocritical in saying that I don't think it matters. Because I do, but I don't. Like, I know that sounds crazy, y'all. But it's just like, at what point, or what can really... Okay, another example. You're in the championship, and the game's over. But you know how the NBA does that thing where they tell you, like, the last 2-minute report, and they start telling you all the stuff that they should have called and should have did, blah, blah, blah. And that things that actually could have affected the game and made the outcome switch to the other team winning, but it didn't happen because, like, that's why it's a 2-minute report, because they're telling you all the things that didn't get called. That's what this feels like. As much as I wish that, like, I could pretend to care more about this whole thing, where if Kendrick was buying bots and streams and stuff like that, maybe I should care more. But at the same time, it's like, the game's done, yo. Like, nothing else is going to change this for me. Unless they go back in history and Drake exposes something that's astronomical that's going to hurt Kendrick's career, I just find it hard to believe that any of us care. But anyway, let's see what some people in the comments talking about. Shouts out Grand again for posting this. J Swizz 23 says, y'all still trying to cope from losing? Crying, laughing face. Did he finish on face on your face, Grandy? Yo, bro, give it up. Like, for real, it's pitiful. Everybody was playing Not Like Us across the nation. LOL, it's on video. Still looking compromised. Y'all gotta let it go, bruh. Drake lost. Yeah, nice try. YouTube and other stream services already confirmed you can't break records with views after 69 tried to do it. Oh, okay. I don't know if this is true, but that's interesting. Whole time acting Grandy been in a hotel for weeks trying to digest his witchcraft. Low key. This Grandy talking, we all know he a white boy. I never even thought about that. I don't know what grand looks like. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? Do you think that this really matters as far as this whole beef go? Does this change anything for you? Does this make you look at Kendrick any more sideways? Or does this make you switch the outcome if you already thought Kendrick won? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to hearing what y'all got to say. Peace. Support the boy as we keep going up, all the way up.